If you haven't been outside yet, you don't know how cold it is, just look right next to Garrett to your right. Yeah, it's a little ice. So our camera that's several hundred feet in the air is definitely feeling it. You'll feel it down on the ground level as well.
Yeah, another thing I want to add to the camera here is I can't move it. I've been trying to move it this morning. It's literally frozen where it sits. So we're going to be staring at this throughout the rest of our morning. So it's cold out there. Even the camera says so. It is really, really cold out there. And road conditions this morning have improved since last night. There was a lot more of travel not advised in our area. We're still dealing with a lot of travel not advised, especially when you go north up closer to Maquoketa to Dubuque area. For most of us, the in-city roads, at least from what I drove on here in the Quad City metro area, not too bad, but otherwise it looks like as you get more north, roads become a little bit more completely covered. I'm sure we'll have a little bit more coverage on that, what those roads look like with Taylor and a few other people out and about today. But otherwise, those feel like temperatures are not warm today. They're not going to feel warm today. It's going to be a very, very, very cold day today. As you can see, these feel like temperatures, unfortunately, a lot of negatives across our area today. And those feel like temperatures, again, we're going to get into the mid-teens for highs today, but temperatures for feel likes are not going to feel the greatest throughout our day today. But as we head into the weekend, we've got some more cold weather on the way and more snow on the way as well. We'll have those details for you in my full forecast here on Local 4 News this morning.
All right, Garrett, thank you. Let's get right into winter weather coverage. Strong winds and slick roads obviously playing a big factor this morning in terms of driving hazards. We do have a crew out right now checking out what's going on. Local 4's Taylor Bozer is joining us live now with our chief photographer, Brian Bobb, at behind the wheel for us this morning. So, Taylor, what are you seeing from your vantage point?
Good morning, Redrick. So we started in downtown Rock Island. We drove over the Centennial Bridge, and now we are in downtown Davenport on 3rd Street. And the main roads are pretty good. They have been salted, but some of those secondary roads, those are the ones that still need some work this morning. But the morning's early, so plenty of time for crews to get out there and touch up the roads that need more work. We are about to turn onto Brady Street and head out to some of those more rural roads, the not as populated roads, and we'll update you on how those are doing. So we'll do that around 5:30. For now, live in Davenport, Taylor Bozer, Local 4 News.
All right, Taylor, thank you. As you mentioned, we'll be checking in with you throughout the morning and in about a half hour to tell you about what's more is going on out there in this crazy weather that's going on, with calls about accidents really starting not long after that snow started falling yesterday. Take a look at this. This was a rollover in Bettendorf. It's just one of the examples of several accidents around our area. Local 4 News was the only station at the scene. This was at Interstate 74, right at the Middle Road exit. There are no word now from authorities if anyone was hurt there. Meanwhile, 3 cars collided on Avenue of the Cities near 46th Street. This was in Moline. Police say a car going west rear-ended another car, and the second car left the scene. The first car then crossed traffic and slammed head-on into another car. Nobody was hurt there. Almost 40 vehicles were involved, though, in a massive pileup in Jasper County, Iowa. Take a look at this wild footage. This was in the eastbound lanes on Interstate 80, just west of Newton, just before noon. As the blizzard blew through, the highway became a sheet of ice, and that led to a chain reaction crash, according to the Iowa State Patrol, including 2 of its own cars. One trooper's car was left crushed beneath a tanker-style semi-trailer. The ISP says the majority of the vehicles involved in this crash were commercial trucks.
Most of the vehicles that are crashing are actually our commercial motor vehicle truck traffic. That's telling us that these vehicles are traveling way too fast for the conditions, and whenever some incident is happening ahead of them, they're traveling too fast. They're unable to slow down in time, and that's what we see here, is that most of these are the commercial motor vehicle truck traffic that just could not get stopped in time and had this chain reaction crash.
Now, no troopers were injured when those vehicles were hit. Both of them were actually out assisting drivers of other crashed vehicles at the time. ISP reports that there were several injuries to other drivers, including some that were taken from the scene in serious conditions. Of course, mail carriers are another group of people that have some real struggles when it comes to this winter weather, both during and after. Ice and snow can make their jobs very difficult. A spokesperson for the United States Postal Service reminds you to clear the areas around your mailboxes, steps, and sidewalks so the carriers can deliver that mail.
Make sure that our carriers do have a safe approach. Unfortunately, we will hold the mail if our carriers cannot get to your home safely. That doesn't mean that it'll be held forever. It'll just be until the snow and the ice are cleared to make a safe way for our carriers.
It also helps to turn your porch light on when it gets dark to help some of those mail carriers outside.